If you were to ask me what is the science behind the law of attraction, I'd say, first of all, and I mean this urgently, watch all my videos. Really, instead of taking time to watch a podcast, like next time you want to watch something spiritual, turn my stuff on. I'm not saying that to self-promote. I'm not saying follow me, look how cool I am. I don't give a fuck about how cool I am. Or how many followers I got. I'm trying to get the good message of consciousness out there, and I'm telling you I got some real information that I'd like you to hear. So fucking literally spend some time, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, looking through my whole YouTube page, looking through my whole Instagram page. I've got all the information. All the information is already there. And honestly, I'd like to say I'm just as good as the Raw material, or Dolores Cannon, or Aaron Doughty, or Abraham Hicks, or You Are Creators, or Victor Odo. I'm just as good as all of them. I'm just underground. I swear to God. So go watch my other shit. But the science behind the law of attraction is, it works like a radio. You attract, it's not like law of attraction, like you're going out there to get something. You're not going out there to get something. It's more like a radio station, a cosmic radio station. Everything is an energy, frequency, and vibration. So you think about frequency, that's why they tell you to watch your vibration, watch your energy. It's a game of energy. The all is mental. I learned that from the Kabbalion. And the Kabbalion was written by Thoth. So the Kabbalion was written by Thoth, and and I follow Thoth. And the thing about the Kabbalion is it teaches you, like, the all is mental. And what they mean by that is everything in the universe is mind. It's consciousness. Everything in the universe is mental, and that mental energy is consciousness. Once you realize it's a game of energy you're playing, you say, well, I'm going to give my energy to that frequency. I'm going to give my energy to that frequency, but not that one, because that means I'm setting my dial. I'm setting my own frequency. I'm setting my own radio station in this to match that dimension, that realm, to match that, because all realms exist right now. I know it sounds hard to believe, but every frequency, because we are gods, and since we are gods, we can create anything, and since we can create anything, it's already all been created, trust me. It's a long story, and it's a little bit confusing, because then you say, well, isn't there something that God couldn't create? And I really do go down that rabbit hole. I'd be going down that rabbit hole, I'll tell you. And let me tell you, no, there's nothing that God couldn't create except for destroying energy, because I have not found a way to destroy energy yet. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's like, that's our scientific thing that we can't pass. You know, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, so source energy can't be created nor destroyed. It can be limited and transmuted into a different form. You know, we can pretend that we're not gods. You know, we're always gods. It's kind of like saying we can pretend that energy can be destroyed. And we can pretend that we're not gods. We can pretend to limit ourselves, but we'll always be unlimited. That's what I'm trying to say, is we can pretend to limit ourselves, but we'll always be unlimited beings. That's who we are at the core. You can say, well, Alyssa, why don't you just fucking fly right now if you can do anything? Well, because I limited myself to these radio frequencies, and that's what I'm getting back at, is that just because we are capable of anything doesn't mean that we can shift about the multiverse however we please, even though we should be able to. It's because we haven't been taught how to use our God power, and our God power is the law of attraction, you know, because you can attract anything. It's a radio station, and you can go to any station you want. You can go to the station where you fly if you want. The closest you could probably get to that in the third dimension is taking pilot lessons, or actually activating your telekinesis, activating your teleportation, and sitting and being a guru for 10 lifetimes in a row on Earth. So, like, those are the two closest possible timelines, given our laws of physics. Because our laws of physics say that, you know, you can't fly and shit. And I know you're saying, oh, listen, you think you can fly? You're fucking crazy. No, I'm not. I'm just basically... I just know what telekinesis is. I know what teleportation is. I know what clairvoyance is. I know what my chakras do. I know who the fuck I am. And if you were to ask me the law of attraction science, I'd simply tell you it's about, it's frequency, it's energy, frequency, and vibration. You know, it's a cosmic radio station. It's a cosmic radio station. That's what the whole fucking universe is a cosmic radio station. The science behind the law of attraction is, that there are still frames of reality. There are still frames of reality, the dimensions. I go into the science of dimensions in my other videos. I pretty much gave you all the science in my other videos. So right now, this is just a rundown on the fact that we are gods and what we can do about that, what we can't do about that, our limits, you know, creating and destroying energy, that's a limit. The universe having a beginning, that's also a limit, because there is no beginning and end to the universe, to consciousness. So once again, I'm discussing the limits of the universe, the true limits of consciousness. The true limits of consciousness are that consciousness cannot be not consciousness. Like, the all is mental. If you look at the Kabbalion, it says, it's kind of like Dolores Cannon, like, the higher self, you know, when Dolores Cannon talks about the higher self, she says, you know, the higher self, it's just basically saying everything is made of energy, and you can't really change that either. You can pretend that everything's not made of energy. You can go to Earth, you can forget that, you can pretend it's made of something else. It'll probably take on the form of something else, because it's matching a different radio station where it wants to pretend. Once again, these are all just radio stations. And I was thinking in my other video, is there a realm where it's not radio stations? Probably. It probably takes on another form. Different laws of physics. And it's very probable. It's very easy to understand when you realize what source energy is and how source energy how infinite formless energy, as Deepak Chopra calls it. Deepak Chopra, he's a brilliant man. He's got the Chopra well on YouTube. But he's a brilliant philosopher, and he's got tons of books. I actually got one of his books over here, but, anyway, infinite formless energy. Once you realize what you're capable of, you start to say, oh, well, I can set into that radio station. It's just like the law of attraction. Like, you can make form out of anything. The science behind the law of attraction is really just acknowledging frequency and vibration and matching the frequency in the universe that already exists. That's the long story short. And the way that this is set up in a physics matter is dimensions. String theory. String theory is the rabbit hole you want to go down if you want to learn about multiple dimensions and prove that multiple dimensions exist. And remember, string theory is still just a theory. Just like Einstein. I think I proved Einstein wrong many times on my channel. And many people have proved Einstein wrong. I proved Einstein wrong on my channel because I said that space-time doesn't bend, because how can space-time bend? Time can't bend if time is an illusion. And Dolores Cannon already said humans are the only ones that invented time. So anyway, go check my videos where I proved Einstein wrong. And the thing about the law of attraction and the science behind the law of attraction is it really is just one giant radio station. So if you think about how a radio works, you're pretty much halfway there to the physics on how the law of attraction works.